will hear a story from Charnae Ware with Keep Columbus Beautiful entitled Micro Recycle by Ellie Patterson. Afterwards, Charnae and I will discuss ways to help keep Columbus beautiful.
Hello everyone, I am Charnae Ware, the Executive Director of Keep Columbus Beautiful. Today we're going to read this awesome book called Michael Recycles. He's going to teach you how he saved his town by simply recycling. Let's dig in. There once was a town called Aberdoo-Rhymy where garbage was left rotten and slimy. It never smelled fresh and the air was hazy, but the people did nothing. They were rather lazy. And then something happened that none could explain. It wasn't a bird and it wasn't a plane. A green-caped crusader soared through the air with a colander hat on top of his hair. He bounced off the earth with a thump and a bump, and then he landed headfirst in the town garbage dump. Yeah. He brushed off his suit and he jumped to his feet. He grinned at the townsfolk who he would soon meet. I'm Michael Recycle, and I have a plan, but I need your help, everyone to a man. The sky and river are smelly and brown. Soon filthy foot bugs will take over your town. You've got to recycle. You've got to act soon before all your trash reaches the moon. Then, a crushing can. He gave them a wink and vanished from sight before they could blink. Miss Mooncotch explained to her friend, Mr. Crew, "Did you happen to see what that boy said to do? Clean up and recycle, how hard can that be? A green and clean town, oh lovely that would be to see." They recycled their paper, their plastic and cans, and even old junk like old used pots and pans. They also began a Be Greener campaign. They grew their own kumquats, then saved the rain. So proud this town was of their green transformation. They threw a green party, a grand celebration. They covered the town in green toilet paper, then rolled it back up to use again later. I know you may be thinking, ugh, that's yucky, but these folks don't care. In Aberdoo-Rhymy, recycling is key. When Michael came back to visit the town, he didn't despair or get angry or frown. For everything looked so clean and brand new. The sky and the river were bright and blue. Look at our town! It gleams and it glitters. Now nothing is wasted and nobody litters. Don't be a litter bug. To Michael Recycle, the green-caped crusader, our super green hero, the plant's new savior. But Michael Recycle was nowhere around. He'd already moved on to help the next town. He may be coming to you. So if you should see a green silhouette streaking the skies, please don't get upset. That noise you hear, that clunk and that thunk, it's just our dear friend, Michael Recycling Old Junk. So guys, remember to go green and do your part and recycle. Don't be a litter bug. Let's be like Michael Recycle.
Hello, Charnae.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, how are you? Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today. For our listeners, I'm Mrs. Deborah Clark from the Mildredale Terry Library. And this is about the 4th year that we have collaborated to present a family program about recycling. Charnae, would you tell our listeners a little bit about yourself and your role at Keep Columbus Beautiful Commission?
Yes, so I am Charnae Ware, the Executive Director of Keep Columbus Beautiful, an organization that focuses on sustainability. And we are encouraging the community to get involved with recycling and behaving in a litter-free awareness. And that's just what Keep Columbus Beautiful is about, keeping the city that you live clean and green.
Okay, very good. So I see that November the 15th is National Recycling Day. Why is there an emphasis on celebrating National Recycling Day?
So we do what's called backyard composting for our America Recycles Day. It's one of the programs we typically like to focus on because we like to focus on the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. And one of the ways you can do that is by reusing your waste. Sometimes you have like a banana peel and your food waste that you can reuse and create a compost bin. And we also emphasize Recycles Day because we want the community to know exactly what goes in the bin. A lot of things can be recycled. However, here at the Columbus Recycle Center, it's a lot of things we can't take. So it gets kind of confusing at times when you see different cities like, oh, we recycle plastic bags, but certain plastic bags we can't take here at the facility. So we like to emphasize things like that during Recycles Day so people know, hey, this is recyclable, but take it to maybe a local pub such as your plastic bags, and this is what to put in your blue bin. It's important that we put the right things in our blue bin for recycling because when they get here to the facility, it can contaminate the other properly recycled items. So we like to do a day where we celebrate proper recycling and doing those 3 R's year-round day, every day, which is reduce, reuse, and of course, recycle.
Oh, very, very good. Now, I know that later families will hear you reading the amazing children's book, Michael Recycle by Ellie Patterson. Now, Michael is quite a crusader recycler. Now, how is the Keep Columbus Beautiful Commission focusing on creating passionate recyclers like Michael? Well, I imagine partnering with us for this program is one way. What are some of the other ways?
So the first thing we like to do, of course, is doing things like this and speaking to the community, answering any questions anyone has about recycling. We do TV shows where we teach you all about different topics you may send us. So, for example, a lot of people were questioning paper shredding. So we actually have a paper shredding event so you can shred your personal documents, things like that, because paper is a top recycled item. So it's very good to have events where people can come out and engage and see what we are doing with their products. And the biggest one that we have is our shoe recycling campaign. So we try to encourage people that there are certain things you don't want to send to the landfill because the landfill only has so much space and we want to preserve the life of that landfill. And a lot of people actually don't know that shoes take 1,000 years to decompose in a landfill. So imagine how much space and time we can save our landfill if we took things like shoes and other things that can be recycled out. So we host programs like that to try to keep those things flowing in the community. And the cool thing about our shoes is that we send the shoes over to third world countries that can create economic jobs, where one person from Haiti in the previous years actually sent their child to law school from the money earned from shoes recycled. So not only are you saving that's the full circle of reusing, reducing, and recycling, is saving those things like the shoes to send and be repurposed and giving them a second life. So we have several programs similar to that where we try to emphasize shoes. We have paper shredding, backyard compost, which is what we just talked about with National Recycles Day, and then household hazardous waste. That's a big one. So we typically take things that, and grease. Now, household hazardous waste and grease kind of go hand in hand, because when you put the grease down your sewer, there's a icky picture we have on our social media that shows you exactly how you clog your drains and your water supply and things like that. So we try to make sure that you are properly disposing those things, for one, so they don't get into the wrong hands, and two, so they don't pollute our environment, because that's how we breathe daily. We drink our water. And so we do have those projects. And then one of my favorite is Help the Hooch. And that's a time where the community can come together. Everyone from ages 0 to 12, you can help us by cleaning up trash in your community. We all don't want to see trash laying on the side of the road. We wouldn't want trash laying outside of our bed. So we try to encourage people to get out into the community and pick up even the smallest bit of trash they see, even if they can't come out to the actual event. But it's the largest watershed cleanup in the Southeast. So we try to do things like those programs to keep the community aware on what they can do to be like Michael Recycle, so they can live in a clean and green community.
I know. What time of the year do you normally do your programs, especially the Keep the Hooch Clean? What time of the year is that program? Is there a specific?
Most of our events fall, yeah, most of them happen in the fall. We do have events year round. We do the grease recycling with Columbus Waterworks twice a year, along with the drug recycling. So they take grease and pharmaceuticals at that event. They do that twice a year. So we have one in the spring and one in the fall. Summertime, we typically focus on schools because, the kids are out, they need activities to do. But a majority of our programs happen in the fall.
Okay, good. Now, what is your most pressing message to adult citizens about recycling, the adults? We talked about the families, but what is the message to the adults about recycling?
My biggest message to them would be to think of a second chance. That's what I think of glorified trash is what we call it here. Glorified trash. Think of a second life for those items. And the number one thing I would encourage them to do is don't bag the recycling. So we oftentimes think of recycling as wish cycling, where we have things as we're like the styrofoam cup, like, oh, this might be recyclable, let me throw it in the recycle bin. So what you don't want to happen is that you want and love and you really want to recycle, but what ends up happening could be wish cycling. So I would encourage them to go check out our website to view the list of items that we do take, because we want to make sure we can take your items and we can recycle it right. As we always say, recycle right for Columbus, Georgia.
Yes. Okay. And what is your website, Charnae?
Our website, you can Google us and it'll be at Keep Columbus Beautiful, or you can go to keepcolumbusbeautiful.com after the / of columbusga.org.
Okay. Well, I have enjoyed this time with you, Charnae, and thanks for coming. I hope that we have raised some awareness and encouraged families to become recycling crusaders. Now, do you have any final thoughts or messages to share with the community at this time?
I would encourage everyone to do their part to make Columbus a greener, cleaner, more sustainable community. Getting involved and reaching out to us. If you see something that's grimy and ugly, like Michael Recycle says, give us a call and we'll make sure we keep it clean here at Keep Columbus, Georgia Beautiful.
Okay. Thanks so much, Charnae. Thank you so much.
Here we have a display of books that support our recycling program. These books and more can be reserved online through the library's website at cvlga.org. We also have some crafts that were made with recycled materials. We have drums made from a cereal box, pencil and paint holders made from soup cans. We have a sock puppet made from an old sock. We have candle holders made from toilet paper tubes. So let's choose to reuse and keep Columbus looking beautiful.